For some top row pose.
So deactivate my camera here.
Oh, 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 on Gangnam Style.
Then bring it back. And that allows me to record for whatever reason.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Why can't I hear you?
Wait, you can't hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Always with some technical difficulties. Okay, I see my green. The screen is highlighting.
Yeah, I don't hear you at all. Hold on. I didn't change anything just now.
Oh no, we've lost him, and he's back.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No. I just shook my head no. Without my camera on.
So was that a lie? No. Can you hear me? No. Take that as a no. Hey, I heard myself.
Yeah. I was checking.
But can you hear me now?
There's something wrong with these headphones.
So no, you cannot hear me now.
Alright, speak to me again.
Hello, Moto. I think that was a disappointed
Yeah.
Hi? Hi?
I'm like out of headphones now. God damn it, man.
So, no on the hearing me thing.
I wonder if I can.
I wonder who I wonder. What's in a wonder ball?
Hold on.
That thing is we go through a whole call before the start of the show. We can talk and communicate just fine. For whatever reason, issues when it happens to be video involved. And he knows all the basic things to check, so it's not even like trying to go through those routes. You heard him playing with the settings, so you know going into the spots, checking everything that's supposed to be checked. Hello? Meanwhile, you have me on this end, just checking to see if a Facebook message comes through. So now, like, hey, this is not working. Because there's only so much we can do right here, right now. But give it another few.
Okay. Let's try this. Son of a fat bitch, man.
I wasn't talking at all right then. Can you hear me?
You piece of shit. I'm gonna kill you.
I was like, I wonder if he'll look for the green line around my square or anything.
I think you just yeah. This is the end for you, sir. Yeah, you're done. You're getting canceled now.
Hey, everybody, he can hear me.
Fuck. Yeah, after my
Glad
this
that
is my
worked out.
third pair of headphones that I've tried here. I'm running out of headphones now,
Well,
which is odd because usually I have an abundance of headphones.
right, and it's only a headphone that you need. It's not like you need a mic because you use a separate mic anyway.
Right.
So it's not even like fancy headphones needed.
Exactly. That's what I was like. I just need to find something.
It's alright.
So,
Your
yeah.
disappointment in running out of headphones may or may not pale in comparison to the disappointment of the last AEW Dynamite before the Revolution pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because it's Wednesday
Hey.
night.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You know what that means. Top Rope Tokes here to talk about AEW Dynamite. I'm just saying, that guy over there.
A range of motion.
How did you feel about tonight?
I felt like I made the same mistake that I do every single Dynamite before a pay-per-view. Every Dynamite before a pay-per-view, I go in hyped. Like, man, we're gonna get some crazy story stuff. They're gonna fill out the match card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then every single time, it's an average rampage. It's an average Dynamite, and then this one not having a main event
Match.
Yeah, that just it
Break.
made me real sad in the pants.
Yeah, so the way that the main event started, sorry, not the main event match, but the main event segment, the prior match, the last match on the card, ended around 9:50, and I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, you're going to tell me there's not a big-time Joker reveal or something after the fact? Because this is a lot of time to kill to finish the Tag Team Battle Royal. It was like 9:50 or so left, and I remember they were supposed to have like a conversation with Daniel Bryan, and I was like, oh god, no.
Yeah, there was so much time left that I thought that something could have happened there. It was like, you know how they, when Hangman got hurt, they had that awkward amount of time at the end of the show. And I was like, this feels like it wasn't supposed to be there or something. But after all of that, I was like, oh, no, this is how they intended to end the show.
Yeah. It was a long video package recapping the whole feud, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, not a quick one, but like
MJF
a full trailer, like, for pay-per-view.
Yeah, like they went back over the whole past between the two. MJF has had people working on Bryan Danielson's shoulder, so he's gonna target the shoulder. But Bryan Danielson's the best wrestler, and he's done Iron Man matches before. MJF hasn't, so advantage there, but advantage MJF because he gets to work on his shoulder. We'll see. It'll be a fun match.
Yeah. So, after that long thing, we get Renee in the ring. We get Danielson out there and asks about knowing this post from 2014 talked about MJF dropping out of college and pursuing his dreams. Does that change your perception at all? No. He just gave no fucks.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was I didn't get a whole lot of notes on this because I was just like, yo, come on. We're ending. Like, I didn't want another one of these segments, but I felt like they were going to have one. I didn't think that it was going to replace a main event.
Right. But yeah, he just starts off by saying, and he's talked about his return from injury, saying like, I said you have to fight for your dreams, and he's been fighting for everything, and that's when MJF's music comes out. He doesn't even get to say a word, really. Does he get a single word out?
Nope. He gets to stay cut his music, and then before he even says anything, Danielson takes back over, and it's kind of like I've noticed that everyone says the same things to MJF now. As, oh, you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth, and your mom paid for your stuff, and I had to fight all my life. And I'm like, all right, guys, do you all have, like, none of you have anything original you can say to him? Like, I feel like even MJF is just like, here we go, here it is again. Yes, I grew up with the silver spoon in my mouth.
I do hope that maybe once we get a lot of the younger superstars that maybe actually did work with him, like on the independents and stuff, like Ricky Starks, maybe they can be more personal with each other because they have more of a history. But yeah, he just says MJF takes all the shortcuts, and the only thing he deserves is his fiance leaving him.
Yeah.
That pissed him off.
Dog. I had, and then Danielson talks even more. And you know what the funny part is? My notes, I stopped taking notes because I said that he was talking a whole lot for a guy that's just going to brawl to end the show.
Which is why it ended up being even worse, because after they censored Danielson saying if he doesn't fight on Sunday he's gonna get his, and then they censor it, his fucking head kicked in.
Yeah.
There's no, like, I thought the fiance line was gonna get a brawl. Like, he started to go down there, still no brawl. It was just talking to end the show.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta end shows diplomatically, okay?
The last main show before the pay-per-view, though? Is that the time?
Yes.
Is that the time?
I mean, I feel like maybe they've heard that I don't want them to keep ending everything with a brawl. That has to get, like, the big pull apart brawl. Like, come on. I don't want them to end it with that every time, but this was... Give me the pull apart brawl, please.
Make this the 9 o'clock segment at the top of the 9 o'clock hour.
Like, yeah, this was like the end of this when MJF storms off. It just kind of feels like this is Danielson's win here, and he's just like shaking hands with the crowd and all. I was like, what? Like, did he already win the belt or something? Because this is the only way you should end a show like this.
Right, this would maybe work for if they were arguing back and forth after Danielson beats him on the next show.
Right. Yeah. Like, no, this.
Even then, it'd be disappointing, but.
Dog, since we're still on this subject, do you think that Danielson can win this match?
Well, there's a certain line MJF hasn't been saying lately, which is referencing the bidding war of 2024 and the whole keeping the title hostage. So maybe if he's not focusing on that, he can afford to lose it and get it back. But okay. I think this is how you can cement MJF. He needs to win.
That's what my thinking is this has got to be his signature win here, because he doesn't have, I mean, because he doesn't really wrestle.
Ricky Starks on Dynamite.
He's got 2 wins since winning the belt, I think. That sounds about right. Just Takeshita and Ricky Starks.
Trying to think. So he got it at
I think
Full
that's
Gear.
it.
Allows the pay-per-view. This is the next pay-per-view. So yeah, just 2 matches in between. Makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, he definitely needs a signature win, because this would be the lamest title run ever if he just drops it here. But you give him some credibility. Oh, he beat this guy that,
Best in the world, supposedly.
Best in the world. Somebody that nobody should be able to beat in a 60-minute match. So then that way, when he finally does drop the belt, people will be like, oh, snap.
So this would not surprise me one bit. And I was already thinking this way. I think we even talked about it before. I looked at one of the pools that they do on the DraftKings, and it was specifically just about the Iron Man match. And they asked if any of the falls were going to be DQ. And I'm like, fuck yes, MJF is going to attack that arm with a weapon.
I'm just saying, you already know there's going to be at least one. Maybe 2.
I mean, you figure if you just go on a quick rampage, it might end up, costing you a couple, 2-3 falls. But you do enough damage, you should be able to make up those real quick. I would sacrifice like 2 or 3 falls.
There you go. You're thinking like the bad guy.
It was always my favorite role to play. Don't let me be special rep in a video game.
Are you that ref and nobody ends up winning the match?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. It's gonna end eventually. It just might end in the stupidest way possible.
Yeah.
It'll be like player A, player B.
End when you're bored.
I'm gonna help player A for a while, then player B is gonna accidentally hit me, and I'm gonna attack, switch roles like a few times, and then somebody's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna be bored, and I'm just gonna hit the DQ button. Or I'm gonna fast count on someone.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, man, you're done. I'm gonna need you to put your controller away.
All right. Now, I would say, if I wanted to kind of be fair about the whole thing, the one thing I would say is, if we do a Hell in a Cell match, I am not counting for anybody until somebody goes through that top. I don't care if they're a bloody mess and you can pin them for 10 in the middle of the ring. If nobody's gone through the top of that cell, I'm not counting.
Hey, I think that's all fair. It's Hell in a Cell. You gotta get hell out the cell and back inside the cell.
It's like in a TLC match. Somebody's gotta jump off the ladder. Somebody's gotta go through some tables. You gotta try to at least do one real crazy one. Like off the ladder through a table. Like to move off the top, not like a dive.
Yeah, and there's gonna be chairs.
So, I once was playing online on 2K series, which are terrible once you have multiple players and extra stuff around the ring. Super slow. These motherfuckers we're trying to win the match within like the first 5 minutes inside the cell, like while you have others like trying to get out of the cell at first, because it's a little bit of a challenge. And they're in there trying to win. We're like, what is wrong with you? Like half of us understood. No. The other half of us understood, get the win as quickly as I can.
Yeah, no, we don't do that. That's not what this isn't a sports game, it's a sports entertainment game. Okay.
It's just like how Christian Cage said in tonight's interview with Renee, that all these younger generations treat the business like a video game, but he treats it like a ATM that he's not done milking dry. Yes, give us the high spots.
That's great. Christian's such a good heel.
Oh my god, he gets booed so loud for the most cliche things ever. I don't know how.
Yeah, people just love to hate him, and it's hey, I'm happy that somebody loves to hate him because
Like,
it's good for him.
like he was getting booed, and then he did the most like cliche thing with opening the promo, turning around, talking bad about the city,
Yeah,
and he gets massive boos. I'm like, he's so cliche, but it works.
yeah. It's just because he looks like
A
I don't
Weasley
know. He
bastard.
just yeah. Yeah, he just looks like that one guy that has too much money and will probably still fuck you to get more money. That's his character, and he just looks like that guy. Like how they say don't trust a man in a suit. Like Christian is the reason why they say that kind of stuff.
He's a con artist that will tell you he's a con artist and still get your
Yeah,
money.
exactly. Like he will do it. Fucking Christian, he's such a good heel, man.
Imagine being a magician with sleight of hand and you walk up and say, I will steal your wallet. And you know it's coming and you still can't stop it.
And I love this like the subtle thing that he kept doing, like he kept pulling Renee's arm closer, just like simple little things, and she's just like getting a little bit more pissed every time.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was kind of mentioning with like her when she first came in. I was like, you will notice personality out of her, like where she will play off like the other people more than what we're kind of used to with normal people in that role.
Definitely, yeah, she definitely made it clear that she was not happy that he kept pulling her arm closer so that the microphone was almost in his mouth.
She did the hands in thing with best friends. The interactions between her and Hangman recently because he wants to fight Mox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, Christian, he really does say like the most cliche kind of stuff. Like he just recapped how Jungle Boy wants to win. I guess I have to try and call him Jack Perry at some point, but he's Jungle Boy for now. He's like, oh, Jack Perry says he's going to win a singles title. And he's like, over my dead body. And the crowd just goes, oh. I was like, he didn't even say anything, but the crowd just hates everything he does. I don't know, but yeah, then he's just, I'm challenging Jungle Boy to a fight. And I keep switching between Jungle Boy and Jack Perry.
I abbreviate JB still, so.
Yep. It's still the easiest way to do it, because if I put JP, I won't remember who that is. But JB, I got it. Because if it's in my wrestling notes, it's not James Brown. Like the other times, it's James Brown.
But yeah, Christian Cage goes on, talks about he's gonna win singles championships. He eventually goes to, the dead father route, gets massive boos. Massive boos.
God, I love it. Like his boos are as good as the pops, are like as good as the loudest pops you'll get. Like it's great.
But eventually, like many times tonight, lights go out.
For an awkwardly long amount of time. Like long enough for me to think that Jungle Boy was going to show up
and
in front of Christian and attack. I was like, is he House of Blacking him right now? Because it took way too long for them to pop up a video.
Yeah, there were some technical issues tonight on a few different times.
Yeah, they were struggling today. If you really care about the technical stuff and production stuff, you probably got annoyed a couple times.
Like there was a video replay that just like stopped. Like it was in pause for a few seconds before they cut to back to what they were trying to go to. Like little things like that. But yeah. Jungle Boy digging a grave, and then we get a recap of this feud.
Yep. Yep. It's gone on for like 7 years or something like that, I
Jack
think.
Boy, ever since Jack Perry stepped foot in a wrestling ring.
Yeah. And like the day Jack Perry was born, Christian Cage hated him. So it's been going on for 20 years or however old Jack is. 25-ish. We're going to give him that range.
But they eventually pull away, and there's a tombstone. It says Christian Cage's name. Renee asks for a comment, but Christian is just kind of freaked out, speechless.
He's like, he's not going to hesitate this time because he made a video.
He wants a buried alive match, even though no one ever really said anything about it.
Is that actually what was said?
No, nothing really was said about it, but like,
Okay.
I would assume that video means buried alive.
I hope so. Yeah. Because I was thinking it was, but then again, where there's always at least one like regular no DQ match, usually.
Texas Death.
Yeah, the Texas Death match. Yeah, so there's already going to be a no DQ match. So yeah, makes sense. We got to have some kind of special stipulation for this bad boy. Yeah.
I'm looking to see if I see anything that says it became official right now. But it's right now just a lot of clips from Dynamite on the AEW Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing.
Well, they got a replay of the video Jungle Boy played, and it says he's ready to bury Christian. But then there's nothing else about it after.
Yeah.
Watch, he'll be just thrown in on Rampage.
Yeah, it's gonna be, so they're gonna announce it during the main event on Rampage in 3 seconds.
It's gonna be
when Excalibur's doing his like auctioneer impression.
It's gonna be like 2 minutes left in the show.
Wrestling.
Somebody's going for a pin. It's gonna be like 1, 2, and don't forget our Revolution. There's gonna be a buried alive match between Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. 3, match over. This person wins.
Oh man, yeah. They got to do better with announcements, man.
Between that and technical difficulties, there's a few things that they just need to work on, just timing wise.
Yeah, we have. It's been a little struggly lately. It's a good thing the wrestling is good.
Yeah. AEW hit on another one of our pet peeves tonight in terms of timing, because the first match of the show was Orange Cassidy versus second worst name ever in Big Bill for the All Atlantic Championship.
Big Bill.
You want to jump to the pet peeve first?
Why? Well, my first pet peeve starts before the match. Why can't Big Bill just be Bill Moriarty? Or not Moriarty.
Morrissey.
Morrissey. He should just be Bill Morrissey. And the big can be implied because he's fucking huge.
It's an adjective to describe him. It's an add-on to the rest.
It's like we call Butcher Big Butcher all the time. There's no big in his name.
So, one I was referring to, and you already know it, happened to possibly be one of the biggest stars of the show tonight, because Danhausen had to come out during this match, to kind of help with And guess what? It was in picture-in-picture.
The Danhausen picture-in-picture moment. It's nice. It's real nice. I mean, there was more Danhausen moment, but
lots of Danhausen tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of Danhausen tonight. He was the star of Dynamite tonight. That's odd, but yeah, Danhausen, the star of Dynamite. and like not even really joking too much.
And it just really sucks that we have to dog on the show because of how it ends. But big question in the very beginning of this match was Big Bill. They pull out a table. They do it all separate. It's not like he just got put through a table that's at ringside. They planned and they prepped for it. But the choke slam through a table on the outside.
That was a big choke slam. I love how much lift he gets on his choke slams. Like, yeah, they're always just smaller guys, but even with jump assistance, it's going to take a lot of strength to get somebody above your head like that.
And that's how you also showcase him, is by him being able to do that against smaller guys, which makes up a good portion of AEW's roster anyway.
Right. I mean, yeah, besides the big meaty men, the few big meaty men, everyone is going to be able to be tossed around like that.
And even then, some of their big meaty men aren't even that huge, and they're athletic, like Hobbs hitting a frog splash 3/4 across the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, like Luchasaurus moves.
Mm-hmm. He's a dinosaur.
Wardlow moves sometimes.
We've seen him jump off the top, so
yeah,
he's got some. So
yeah, but Stokely and Danhausen. I feel like I want to see a match of Stokely versus Danhausen. Like, who is the best non-wrestling character? Well, the best almost wrestling character.
Because at first Danhausen goes to curse Stokely, Big Bill gets in the way, goes to chokeslam him, Stokely says hell no, and then backhand him with the cast on.
Hell yeah, Stokely. Hell yeah. I don't know how, but Orange Cassidy, there's like just enough wrestling with the sports entertaining that makes it so cool every time. Because out of this whole spot, he gets the advantage on Big Bill, which I thought was pretty good because Big Bill's kind of distracted. He gets him up in the air, chokeslam-ish, and he comes down on him with an orange punch.
It was about to be an ugly chokeslam on that apron if it connected.
Yeah, he comes down on him with that orange punch, kicks his ass into the stairs. Like, Orange Cassidy's a good champ.
And he's also
like, he keeps wrestling.
But also because he is that smaller guy who isn't always super serious, he's one that you can end his title reign at any given time. And it makes sense.
Yeah, but they didn't end it tonight, though.
Because after that, it was after wrestling around a little bit, it was 2 more orange punches, and then one from the top rope to get the win.
You gotta do what you gotta do to get Big Bill out of there.
Stokely was in for a bad night.
Yeah, it was another rough night for the firm. The firm's strictly takes L's. I mean, except for the Guns are kind of affiliated.
Yeah, they showed up that one time recently.
Yeah.
But the reason why is because there's a match later between Matt Hardy and Hook. And Stokely.
I told you before the show that I was hyped about this match. I was like, I'm not hyped about the actual match itself, but the fact that Stokely is gonna have to wrestle I'm like, I am excited to see what's going to happen.
As excited as you are to see it, Stokely played up being terrified just as well throughout the entirety of this match, because Hook was putting on a wrestling clinic. It was just the fact that Matt Hardy would be able to do like those veteran things, like, oh, when there's rope break, take a free shot, and like little stuff like that, and then the Firm helping out at ringside. But Hook was clearly out wrestling the shit out of him.
Yeah, Hook dominated Matt Hardy, as we definitely would have expected, even with them throwing in the stipulation that Stokely has to wrestle Hook if Hardy doesn't win this match.
It's basically exactly what you expected, which was a lot of shenanigans by one side and Hook dominating outside of that.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, so obviously Hook definitely wins the match.
They actually took off Stokely's cast in this one and smacked Hook, so he was able to kick out. And it was a smooth ass transition from that twist of fate into the Red Run.
It was good, dog. Notably, they took that cast off because Stokely's got to be at full power to wrestle Hook.
So Matt Hardy taps out immediately.
Yep. He tapped out right away. And you see the smile on his face. He was like,
I was curious about that
Stokely,
because he hasn't been playing as disobedient or anything lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he actually plays where he gets along with them, but
yeah, he's kind of playing. He's playing the smart veteran. I feel like he's kind of
going along to get along.
He got along to get along, but when he sees a spot like this to really fuck somebody over, he's definitely gonna take it. And that smile said all of that. Like, I got you, you bitch. And that's why my hit of the night is not a hit at all. It is just Stokely sitting in the corner, rocking back and forth,
legs crossed.
That he has to legs crossed, rocking back and forth at the thought that he has to wrestle Hook.
Eyes bugged out, the whole terrified look, just rocking. I was dying.
But yeah, I thought I was gonna pass out. So I was like, this is what I wanted to see this match for. Right here was how Stokely was going to react to having to wrestle Hook. And he didn't disappoint.
I forgot when they said that was. It was a no disqualification.
It should be the main event of Revolution, but it won't be.
No DQ as well.
Yeah. Oh
my God, are they gonna make it so Stokely has the first win on Hook by all sorts of DQ or interference?
Well, the Firm is banned from ringside.
So what if Hook chases Stokely all the way to the back? They're not ringside.
Okay, that's.
But then he'd still have to go back to the ring and pin him.
So you gotta go back to the ring to get that pin.
Maybe they should have just left the Guns as unrelated forever. Be like, no, they're not part of the Firm no more.
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe they're gonna be like, oh, we got a new member. And that's how Hook's gonna get. But Hook's not gonna lose to Stokely though.
It's just gonna allow for more hijinks and make it a little bit more entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Either way, I'm hyped. Main event of whatever show this is on. Stokely versus Hook.
I'm all for hearing
in my heart, at least.
Action Bronson, the closest AEW show. Love that song.
Yeah, it's gonna be whatever the Stokely song is, okay? Because he's gonna win. And he's gonna be the FTW champion. Taz's new son.
Hey, they're both bald
See, there we go.
and short.
I'm gonna say, see, bald and short.
Well, if we start getting weekly segments of Stokely trying to learn how to do new suplexes from Taz.
I just would. I feel like that would be comedy gold, having Stokely and Taz together.
Because Taz is so serious.
But I don't know. I guess because I've been watching a lot of Dark, and Taz is goofy as shit on there.
I mean, he will have fun, but in terms of wrestling, he's always been super, super serious. But
Okay.
I think that'd be half of where the fun would be. It's just because Stokely would annoy the shit out of Taz.
Exactly. I don't know. Either way, anything those two do together would be great, I feel like.
I mean, we can pretty much say that for the course of almost any conversation we want to have about Stokely.
Yeah.
I want to see Stokely on TV weekly with this guy or this guy. I just don't care. Just comedy gold when it's perfect whenever he's on the screen.
Just keep bringing Stokely on my screen. I mean, thank you. Yes.
I mean, even the simplest one-liners, you raggedy bitch, still crack me up to this day when I go back and watch that.
Yeah. And then today, he didn't even say anything, but that's gonna be my biggest takeaway from this show. Was seeing Stokely rock in the corner. Oh man, he's so good.
So,
Yeah.
kind of jumping around and around.
Jumping around and around.
I mean, some kind of way there's a thread here, but not necessarily to transition from one to the next perfectly.
Yeah.
So the main event of the evening was going to be, match-wise, the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal, which wasn't even their normal traditional casino style.
Yeah.
But before we ever got there, there was a Renee segment with the best friends.
Oh yeah, we do have to mention that.
Yeah. Obviously, at this point, because Orange Cassidy had already wrestled earlier in the night against Big Bill, he's in there with the trainer being like iced up, bandaged, all that good stuff. But Renee drops the line that Chuck and Trent are not clear for the Battle Royal. And we continue on with Danhausen being the star of the show.
Yeah, Danhausen's star of the show. He was like, come on. He's like, no, Orange Cassidy and I will do this. And he's like, you're good, right? And Orange Cassidy's sitting there like, and he's like, you're good. He doesn't even respond at first. And Danhausen's just like, yeah.
We got more room in this backpack for more titles.
Yeah. And then she asks, like, so can you actually do this? And he was just like, typical Orange Cassidy answer. Whatever.
So obviously with opening the show, you kind of expect that his entrance into this matchup was going to be something a little bit later down the line.
Definitely. You don't want him to have to work that hard.
Yeah, not Orange Cassidy. Completely out of character.
Exactly. I mean, hey.
So
he is down to fight.
So
he's like, whatever, but I'll fight though.
let's touch on some of the obvious things of this match. It's a tag team battle royal. Who were the first eliminations?
Of course the Dark Order goes first. It's always the Dark Order is always there to go first.
Daddy Magic and Cool Hand entered during Picture in Picture and were almost eliminated during the same commercial break.
Hey. But they were there though. Hey, Cool Hand was in there longer than the Lucha Bros.
No, Top Flight.
Top Flight, I meant, yeah. Yeah, he was in there longer than Top Flight, okay.
Because Top Flight came out to start when they came back from that very same commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
There's another obvious one. Roosh is in the ring. There's people with masks on in the ring. So, of course, Roosh had to go for the Luchador's mask.
Of course. As one has to, because it's what one has to do.
I mean, at least it's just a Roosh thing now, as opposed to everyone who was facing the Lucha Bros were doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, because, yeah, at least it's Roosh's thing. It's, you know, it's their faction's thing of, oh, we rip off masks. Because, yeah.
Coming up on a rampage near you, and this is what we're kind of talking about, Tobin, in terms of this show setting up things for Dynamite and future rampages. You had Nice, Daivari, and Woods pull out the Lucha Bros and attack them before sliding them back in for an easy elimination. That is your Rampage main event. This Friday or next Friday or sometime down the road, I don't know. You just know it's going to be Rampage.
Yep. Man. I wanted Aussie Open to win. I don't even care if it wouldn't have made any sense.
I mean,
I don't care.
We talked about it plenty with last week's. Like, it makes all the sense in the world that who won ended up winning, sort of. I mean, we figured it would be
Aussie.
We figured it was going to be the actual best friends.
Yeah. And then, but I mean, I did get to hear Aussie Open's song. So, there was that.
We got to see them 3 times in 2 weeks. At least they got to give us one good match.
Yeah. The fact that they're 1 for 3 is not their fault, though.
Yeah. And they did nothing of impact, so it kind of sucks. Like, if they're gonna be here, I would like to see them be featured in a way, like a part of a real story.
Bring them back again. I thought I read somewhere that they're free agents. Like, not signed with anyone. So I'm like, even if they don't want to sign, get them on a per appearance contract or something, you know? Like, hey, just come back, please.
Oh yeah, one of them said something along those lines about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, okay. All right, I wasn't mistaken. Because, I thought I had read somewhere that they were free agents. And I'm like, yo, AEW, jump on that, please.
And you know they're not going to do anything major with them until they actually have them signed.
Right.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But, I don't know. Those were the only big things I really took out of this match outside of the end and who the winner were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Lucha Bros are sweet, and they should have won. But, you know...
Should have been Aussie Open.
You can't always have... Yeah, I was going to say, I only had 2 teams that I wanted to win. So Aussie Open was my first choice, but I knew that wasn't happening at all. I was like, but the Lucha Bros could maybe get in, you know? That's a weak maybe.
But to be fair, with that being said, I mean, we called the winners of these 2 tag team battle royal matches, like, before either one of them happened.
Yeah, so here we are. It's going to be a sports entertaining tag team title match on Revolution, that's for sure.
Is Danhausen was able to push both the Butcher and the Blade over the top rope to end the match.
Danhausen, MVP of the show. This was Danhausen Dynamite.
Because they were trying to push out Orange Cassidy. But this is where it really has threw us off. Is seemingly like the last entrance came in at like 9:47.
Mm-hmm.
And we're waiting for the match to end, and it's like ending with 9:50. I'm figuring like they didn't do the casino stuff, so there's no choker. They reference this as the last of the teams. So what the hell are they gonna do for all this time?
And I don't know if you caught that either, but they even sped up the entrance, like the last couple entrances. Like the timing in between them was shorter, because I think they were running short on time for that Danielson and MJF stuff.
Stuff we didn't need.
So you had to speed this match up to get to the talking. Man.
But of course, right after they won, they were attacked by Lethal and Jarrett, and the Guns who were on the stage came down, which means the Acclaimed come out, and the Acclaimed and Orange Cassidy and Danhausen stand tall at the end of this match that wasn't the main event.
Hey, but Danielson shook hands, okay? That's main event material right there. But anyways, our tag team title match for Revolution is about to be the most sports entertaining match of all time, because you got Jeff Jarrett and Danhausen.
Orange Cassidy.
It's about to be wild.
Chris Jericho had a match.
He did. No, Peter Avalon had a match, okay?
Jericho just did one move.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty Peter Avalon put on a match, and Jericho was pretty much there to take a couple moves and then do one of his own. So go pretty Peter Avalon, you got some Dynamite exposure. Proud of you, big guy.
Super aggressive, had a run of offense, which was halted instantly by a code breaker by Jericho for the win.
Mm-hmm. I really wish he had been like how it was at Dynamite last week when he was just charging out there. I wish he had been charging at Jericho and just got hit with the elbow again.
Jericho hits him with the bat after. Starks eventually comes out for the save, and they talk about how they're banned. JS is banned from ringside, but at the pay-per-view, but not tonight.
Yeah.
Hager and Garcia attack.
Yeah, they got him. They definitely got him. But, you know, obviously, Ricky's getting the last laugh out of this so that this feud can end.
I hope so. Yeah, Starks
the forever feuds with Jericho can't keep happening. Just move on. Keep going.
It's still going to be only like a third of the time as it was with the BCC, but at least with the BCC, you had different people on other sides to play off of.
Right. It's just Ricky and Action Andretti taking the losses.
But ends with the juice effect on Ricky, but big fuck your hat chance.
Yeah, this is the first time you heard people not being nice about the hat. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, people are still acknowledging the hat because, you know, the Hager hat over as fuck, man.
Because this match is nothing to dwell on. It was over super, super quick and everything else. There's an easy transition because we saw Garcia and somebody we just mentioned with Andretti both end up showing their faces one way or the other in the Revolution ladder match. Andretti was a part of it. Garcia, he showed up though.
I almost forgot Garcia wasn't even in it because he played such a big part.
Joe, Samoa Joe, the king of television, was on commentary.
You know, I think if Joe wants to, he's got a career in commentary after he's done wrestling. Because he's actually pretty good in commentary.
I'm pretty sure Joe is one of those people that when it's all said and done, whatever job you give him in wrestling, he will flourish in.
Yeah.
Because he was doing like talent scouting and doing other stuff with the other company. So I just think he's one of those guys that can do whatever.
He just knows wrestling stuff.
You know, he's like a William Regal kind of, you know, he's can do it all.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because I was like, that was my thinking the whole time. I was like, Joe sounds like he's done a lot of commentary.
He also does voice acting too. So
what the fuck? Is he Idris Elba?
I think he's King Shark in one of the recent or upcoming Batman games, is one of the more recent ones. He did something for the Twisted Metal TV show. Like, I think he might be the body of a character, but not the voice.
Oh, yeah, Joe is definitely Idris Elba.
Most popular people in this match. Well, at first, it was clearly Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, huge
Hobbs.
Yeah, Hobbs probably got like the biggest pop of the night. But, you know, hometown boy, and AEW's been needing to show him some love for a minute.
There was only one other acceptable winner of this match for this crowd tonight, and that would have been Takeshita.
Yeah.
Which I love hearing that kind of support for Takeshita, but yeah, Hobbs.
Yeah, like it had to be Hobbs. It could have been Takeshita, but I still kind of feel like the crowd would have been pissed if it wasn't Hobbs.
When he got close to it, fans were cheering pretty heavy.
Yeah, that's true. He was getting a lot of cheers when he was getting close. But that place erupted when Hobbs was up there. They're like, yes!
Oh, it was so bad, though, too. It was so obvious.
Because the ladder broke as he's climbing the ladder. Or the ladder broke when he knocked Takeshita off of it.
Mm-hmm. So we had three.
Which looked like a dangerous kind of spot right there.
3 refs come in and hold the thing down. So you knew there wasn't going to be anybody coming in to like push it over or anything.
Yeah, like you knew he had to get that.
That match was ending right then and there. But lots of fun stuff for this match on the way.
So there was fun spots. Commander stole the show for me here. We got to see Commander in GCW before, and that was my only exposure to him. Mm-hmm. And it was great to get to see Commander on a TV here with a larger ring and stuff.
He ran the ropes not once but twice.
Yeah, he just that tightrope senton, then that tightrope moonsault,
shooting star press.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah, the tightrope shooting star press onto AR Fox, who was laying on a ladder.
And he's there because of what I wanted to use as my hit of the night the entire time. Powerhouse Hobbs. Only moments before that, had AR Fox picked up on the apron, Death Valley Driver style, and he does it to AR Fox on the bridge ladder from the apron to another ladder. I really feel like they expected that ladder to break, and it didn't, because AR Fox acted like he was dying and he could not breathe. it might have been real. But then he just turned and laid himself out for another spot on the ladder, where the ladder still did not break. I fully think they expected that ladder to break.
Yeah. Either way, I hope AR Fox is still alive. Because I love AR Fox. But good God.
Oh, as far as participants in this matchup,
everybody took some bad bumps in this one, though.
There's two people who didn't. It's because Ortiz and Eddie Kingston brought themselves all the way to the back right to start the match.
I forgot.
So did I.
See, they did that. It happened so quick that I forgot they were even in the match. Yeah, Ortiz and Eddie Kingston just say, "Fuck this, we're going to fight."
So that first time, when you have the whole group inside. Yeah, so that first time you have the whole group inside, right? And that chaos first breaks open, and you end up with people on the outside and stuff. Instantly, they're gone.
Yep, they're already gone. If you had a blinked, you would have not even known that either of those two were in the match.
Actually, did Hobbs take a single big spot? Because I know, he was in the powerful position, but I don't remember him ever having anything major done against him.
No, he didn't really take any big bumps or anything.
Sammy, Stunton tried to kill Andretti through another ladder, then Garcia tried to carry his ass up the ladders for a win.
That's what I said. Garcia was he was a major player in this match despite not being in it. He literally carries him up there, and Takeshita was like, "Nah, man."
Hey, you know why Ortiz and Kingston had to get out of this match right away? Because Kingston's probably the only guy that Hobbs couldn't toss around into the ladders like he was doing to everybody else. Just chucking them across the ring into the ladders.
Nah. I still want to know what's going to happen with this Eddie Kingston and Ortiz story. Because it was like, oh, we want the House of Black, and then
House of Black's probably been involved.
The House of Black. Yeah. Yeah, the House of Black has nothing to do with this anymore. And they're off going for the trios titles. And now just these two stooges are just going at it.
So one of them has to have, they'll have their pre-show match, and then one of them shows up to join the House of Black later. Even at this point, it just makes no sense. This has been bad since the start.
Yeah. It's definitely a big botch for me, and then they started that whole angle of, oh, Eddie's going crazy, and then we just kind of didn't see him for a while,
which involved the Lucha Bros.
Yeah,
they haven't even interacted with them.
Yeah, they're just, what are they doing with it? It's all over the place.
I have kind of the same question with how the end of this match actually went, with Hobbs celebrating the whole started walk up the ramp, Joe getting tied up in the swords, Wardlow coming out, and Hobbs just kind of chilling off to the side. I'm like, please don't give him this big win just to lose on the Dynamite after the pay-per-view.
I kind of got that vibe. But yeah, so real quick, that was my other technical botch they had there. This just Joe gets stuck in his cords as he's like, hey, I'm gonna go confront Hobbs, because Hobbs, he celebrates for a second, and then he's like, all right, Joe, fuck you, I'm coming up there right now. And then Joe's like, all right.
And then he has to reach back to grab both of his titles.
like Hobbs had to stop so that he has a chance to like get out of his headset. And then Wardlow comes out.
Ends up powerbombing a security guard off the stage onto other security guards.
Yeah, he whoops all the security guards' asses. Hobbs just sits there and just laughs. Joe leaves.
And they're like, where did he go?
Mm-hmm. Hobbs is just like, I can wait. I got time. But I sincerely hope that, because this was like a good moment for him being in his hometown, when in the face of a revolution, get a TNT title shot.
To get inserted back into the feud he was already originally a part of.
Yeah. But I feel like Wardlow is about to win on Sunday. And if Wardlow wins on Sunday, I really don't think they're going to take the belt off of him on Wednesday.
That'd be amazing, but it would undercut Wardlow so bad.
Yeah. So, I think Hobbs just won this for no reason today. Because I'm not going to pull back on saying that Wardlow is winning on Sunday. I don't think there's a way that Joe keeps that belt.
Right now, I think they have the more entertaining champion. They're just going to ruin it, but hey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We definitely like Joe over Wardlow.
So before we had our one standard women's match on a Dynamite, you know, you have to pair that with their one segment of the night, which was Tony Schiavone with Dr. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, the champion. It mentions the three-way, and Jamie says he doesn't know what's going to be sweeter, beating one bitch or two.
Yep. Yeah, that was the only good line from this whole thing.
Yeah. Then they just talk about Tony's match with Rio, and Noah Soraya is going to be out there to do shenanigans, and they're going to be out there to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to look at it. They're going to be looking at them and then seeing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was saying this to you, but Jamie Hayter's title run has been way too overshadowed by Britt. And I'm not a fan of that. Because
it hasn't been as bad as I thought it'd be. In terms of their matches and everything, they're kind of like, they're very much a team, and like they don't make Britt like the star of the tag team like Jamie does. Gets all her stuff in, does great. Britt's just the one with the catchphrases.
Segment. Yeah, like just about every segment is, or even just like today's small things like Britt Baker and the women's world champion Jamie Hayter. It's like Jamie Hayter was like, oh yeah, and Jamie Hayter's here too.
Depends on how you want to look at that, because sometimes, like introduction wise, like when they come out to the ring, you usually do the champion second.
Oh, I mean, the way he said it, it was just like, we got Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter.
Well, Tony and Britt, they're best friends. He's excited.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's his homie.
No, but
that's what's up.
I mean, that's why we all originally thought there would eventually be a turn there, but obviously the story's gone completely different. You thought that was going to be the story, but no. We even got hints of that as a story.
Yep, nope, but no, we're just there. Sticking it out, because we got Tony Storm and Saraya being the heels now.
Yep. Although, the biggest heel in this match was the referee. Rio gets in the ring, like, gets to do her one turn to go towards her corner, and the bell already fucking rings. Doesn't even get to take her jacket off.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, she didn't even get to be like, hey, or, you know, do like her I just got in the ring pose. I'm like, dang, you gotta at least let them do their I just got in the ring pose before you ring the bell.
Because Tony attacked and attacks fast.
Tony was like, well, the bell rang, so I'm in there. It was weird.
I honestly have nothing till the end of this
real.
match, because it's a very basic match that you would expect between the two.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird because it's real that Tony Storm was like massive compared to her. Because Tony Storm is not like by any means she's probably like one of the smaller wrestlers, like other than like Riho and Ruby Soho, basically. But yeah, she was massive compared to Riho, just showing how small Riho is. I wonder if she even weighs 100 pounds.
Rio, no.
Probably not, yeah. I didn't think so.
I remember it being like even talked about as part of storylines and commentary and stuff now. Now the surprising part is it's like Britt and Jamie, they did not come down with Rio at the start. Not surprising on that front. They're actually friends or anything. But after Saraya does get involved a time or two, they start to come out and they're like, hey, we're just here to watch. Did you expect this match to end the way that it did?
No, not at all. Especially with Britt and Jamie being the baby faces in this whole thing. I definitely wouldn't have expected ref interference. But it's definitely in Britt's bag, though.
This is twice she's done it to Tony. Because when they first started like this whole angle, she did it right off the bat. And I was going to question who it was to, but well, we know Saraya hasn't lost, so.
Yeah. So but that was definitely Britt's bag. Helping Riho out here. I was so hyped that Riho got a win. I was like, come on, Tony doesn't need a win. Give it to Riho. Like, all you have to do is further the story for Tony. She doesn't need to win. And then you successfully did that. You furthered the story, and Riho wins instead. Thank you. But what I was going to say is, my question is, I think Tony Storm and Britt Baker are 1-1 in AEW. Do you think there's going to be a rubber match? Because it's kind of feeling like there's going to be one eventually, maybe. Or are they just going to stick with the tag thing here?
I'm wondering how they're going to... You know what would make a perfect sense is if one of the thoughts that you had, which would be having Ruby win, then it would make sense to have Britt versus Tony for like a number one contendership. It's a rubber match. But
Yeah.
I know it annoyed the crap out of you. Do you want to talk about the fight after the match?
Good God. I mean, we can. I guess we kind of gotta.
So Tony pissed about Britt because she jumped up on the ropes when Tony had Rio in the cloverleaf to cause the distraction of the roll up and everything. He runs and hits like a sliding clothesline on like Rio real quick to take her out of the equation and goes right after Britt. You awkwardly have Saraya and Jamie sit there for a second, like, what are we supposed to do before they go to have a fight? And it's supposed to be kind of like a hockey style fight, right? It just swings wildly.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
It was terrible. Saraya, they gotta, like, I think she needs to go train again. Like, I don't know if it's rust or what, but even just the hockey fight forearm looks terrible from her.
Like, her timing was off, and you would see her, like, pull things, like, wait, I'm not supposed to swing there yet, and just to try to get her timing back down, or whatever it was, it looked awkward.
It's something. She needs some help there. She's about to be the featured women's match on the pay-per-view, and she has looked awful every time she's been in the ring.
So while they're fighting, Ruby comes down, gets in the ring. She lays out Soraya with one shot, hits Jamie. Jamie doesn't go down. They start to brawl. It looks better than Soraya and Jamie, but it doesn't look good.
It still doesn't look good. Yeah, like this, it ends up being a pull-apart brawl between all three of them, but it just, it wasn't believable in any kind of way. It looked like, I don't know if I don't even know if they rehearsed this kind of stuff, but it feels like they probably should have if they didn't.
They might rehearse the motions, but not going through it at full speed.
Right.
Like, yeah, we're going to get into a hockey fight here, blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to say Soraya needs the full rehearsal, I think.
That's
so.
They keep doing stuff after with these people, and it's awkward every single time.
Yeah. This, I don't know. It did not get me hyped for our women's world championship match at Revolution at all.
And we don't know a squat about the other champion doing anything.
Yeah. So, I talked about it a little bit with you during the actual show. I'm like 50-50 on Jamie Hayter actually losing this belt on Sunday. Like, I got it at, because half of me says she'll lose it and half of me says she's going to keep it. Part of the half that says she's going to keep it is me just not wanting either of the other two to have the belt.
So, when Jamie won it, you kept being so adamant that there was no way in hell that Jamie was going to win the championship. But I was convinced that she was going to. And you kept not wanting to burst my bubble. Well, the way I'm going into this one is I'm trying to set no expectations and just get to the end and hope for the best. I've tried not to think about it too much. I see the paths where you could take this with it, and I just don't want to even think too much about it.
Yeah.
I'm not changing my phone background. That's 100% not happening. Jamie Hayter as champion staying.
Because it's, the story makes sense no matter who comes out as champion. And that's why I'm like 50-50 on whether or not she actually keeps the belt.
Well, we only have a handful of days before we find out. So at least I won't have to do too many of our shows like this where I'm like, I don't want to think about it, la 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 la.
I hope so.
Honestly, that's all our matches.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
After that, it's some really short segments. The only one that I can really think of that matters is, I mean, we talked about during when we were watching it. Moxley promo with the visual was good, but the contents were the same.
Yeah, it was pretty much typical Mox, but he caught himself before he rambled too much.
And this is right after last week when he was bleeding a ton.
Yeah.
So the visual,
I feel like he didn't have the energy to ramble too much. Probably.
You still saw blood just dripping onto the stairs below him.
Oh, yeah, you did. It was pouring everywhere. And the camera, they made sure to get all of it on camera. Like, here's Mox's blood just dripping all over the place while he's screaming into the camera.
Then, of course, you have to have a Hangman promo in return, which was more of his... You know what? The way he describes himself on Twitter very, very, very much was present in this promo. Anxious millennial cowboy.
Anxious millennial cowboy. That was I'd say that's actually pretty accurate. An anxious millennial cowboy, because that's pretty much Hangman to a T.
And all he has left
He's
is
a
the hope
little
for this
awkward.
match.
Yep.
I love him though. I don't know why. Like, it works.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Hangman fan. He works for me. Mox's bloody promo definitely sticks with you over the typical Hangman kind of promo. Because I feel like Mox is just going to have to bleed before all of its promos now. There we go.
I want AEW or somebody in AEW to go super, super meta one day and challenge Mox to a First Blood match.
Oh. That's how you do it.
Have it be
You
like...
get Mox into this big feud, and you're like, yeah, you can't beat me. Let's make the match a First Blood match. And he's gonna agree to it.
Do you want to be hilarious? Is if it was like one day they're doing a video with Serpentico backstage. He's like, yeah, I could beat Jon Moxley. Like, no, you can't. And everyone's just like messing with him. He's like, I swear I can. And he goes to challenge his Moxley. He's like, I want to challenge you to a fight. All right, but not just any kind of fight. Yeah, whatever you want. A First Blood match. And Mox just says, fuck it, and just grabs the chair to start, and just, the start of the match is just a headshot, and Pentago's bleeding already.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I want I want Serpentico to get that dub on Mox, because I feel like Mox would be the equivalent of Serpentico in a First Blood match.
But you know he isn't gonna lose to Serpentico, so that's why I was like, it would be something drastic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it would probably just be something real quick, just like, all right, that's it. I already win.
The Elite were on their way out to the ring.
Yeah.
Don't really know why.
Yeah, it got real dark for a while. You don't see anything, you just hear some scuffling in the background.
Oh, that's the second time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, the lights go out. Then the lights come back on. The House of Black are standing behind them. The lights go out again.
Oh no.
You hear the Elite getting their ass beat.
Lights come on again.
The lights come back on. And here we are. House of Black holding the trios titles.
Lights go out again.
And they're gone. Good God. Come on, guys. Come on.
House of Black promo later basically was this: you may own these titles, but on Sunday you've already lost.
Yeah. You guys got the belts right now, but we gonna have the belts soon.
Yeah, they talked in the riddles about things being consumed or whatever before, but I did not keep up with it or care.
Mm-hmm. I think I have the House of Black winning the belts.
They should.
The Elite don't need something. The Elite don't really need anything, and then there has to be a payoff to this House of Black stuff.
They should change hands. They're probably not have, as either way, unless you go back to having a rematch. They don't have squat for really trios made to be next in line for House of Black.
Exactly. You could do... Yeah, you can do the Wingman.
Yeah, for a pay-per-view.
Peter Pitt. Yeah, I'm gonna get Peter, the Hollywood hunk, and the fat guy.
JD Drake, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
So
I was like, the fat guy.
So the thing about that is, at least by the pay-per-view, you have enough time to build up another trio for pay-per-view level, but my god, that'd be the most boring title reign ever.
Oh, yeah.
Then again, I already find them boring, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe that'll be their thing is if they win, they're just going to demolish everyone until they come across a good team. But what good team? Oh, right. Like the whole trios title thing probably wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, I just feel bad because you know where the original feud for that title belts, those championships were going to be, and how bad that got messed up.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what we're going to do. The Elite retain. And then in a handicap match, in his first match back, Adam Cole defeats the Elite to become the Trios champion.
Because O'Reilly was the neck surgery. That's a long one. I have no idea.
Right.
His situation. Bobby Fish isn't even with the company anymore.
Yeah, Bobby Fish said, "Fuck this." So, but yeah, Kyle O'Reilly's definitely gone for a long time. Hopefully he'll be back at all, because neck injury is the kind of thing where you're like, it's possible he might not ever come back to wrestling, that is. But I don't know. Hopefully he comes back, because he was putting on like some of the best matches in AEW every week.
Love him in the ring. Just unfortunately, you look at him and you know he doesn't really necessarily have that personality to be a superstar on his own.
Yeah.
But man in the ring.
But yeah, I'm just saying the dude could go. Can go.
Adam Cole has recently said
that he could beat the Elite by himself.
He probably would say that, but he said he's trying to work hard to get as healthy as soon as he can, but make sure he doesn't rush back. It sounds like at some point he might have had a speed bump or a setback. But that was around September last year. So you figure best case scenario, he's only about halfway back. Because usually with the neck, you usually always see like a year-ish time frame.
Yeah, minimum, I feel like.
If it's not like a career ender.
Yeah.
Because it's usually one of those two options. Like, hey, you're going to be out for like a year, maybe a little bit more. Maybe just under if you're somebody superhuman like John Cena.
Yeah, I'm just saying, well, I mean, that dude's neck was strong as fuck. So, all them neck muscles just turned into bone and he healed him or something.
See, I think, I'm trying to remember, Big E got his neck broken.
Beef Cena.
I don't think
Oh.
he...
All right. Oh, we got one last thing.
What's that?
That doesn't need to be talked about.
Did I even take notes on it?
Keith Lee was on Dynamite.
Oh yeah, I didn't even write a single thing.
Dustin said that they are naturally limitless together. I know, just saying, tuned out as soon as Keith Lee said that he was missing his jacket. That dumb priest thing that he was wearing the other day. And because I feel like he's gonna start walking by and just like spreading holy water or something.
So
that was awful. But he had on an Akatsuki heady. Hetty and Akatsuki.
Hoodie. So the one thing I could say is I didn't entirely tune it out. There just wasn't anything. It was like, we're going to send a message. Swerve and the Mogul affiliates. It was some basic ass shit. You okay there, bud? Hi. Are you there?
Yes, now I am.
Thankfully, we were talking about the most pointless thing on the show.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the sound went out on me again, but it's back. So I was like, is he not talking? Nope, he's talking. I just can't hear him. But it doesn't matter because Keith Lee was talking about his stupid jacket.
And the rest of it was just cliche. We're here to send a message.
Yeah. We're naturally limitless.
He's missing his long was it luxurious or luscious?
Long, luscious coat, I think he said.
That's what I thought, too. Just couldn't remember. It's been a while and I tuned it out partially.
Yeah.
Now it's Rampage, isn't it?
Affiliates on Rampage. Yep.
Our main event for Rampage.
Mm-hmm. So
actually, that could be the opener because at least two people in that match can wrestle really well.
Yeah. Are they going to? So is this going to be like the last, or maybe it's the main event and they make it like their last match for Revolution?
I don't know.
The Swerve Keith Lee thing. Seems like the timing got messed up somehow in here. Because I feel like the initial plan was Revolution, but it seems like it's like it could happen later.
I mean, somebody made a reference a while back to Keith Lee not watching his own health or something in a promo. So I don't know if maybe he had a health thing and that's what kind of derailed it and explains why. I mean, they did the whole injury thing with him too, so I have no idea. Like with the whole cinder block and everything, so it makes sense for him to miss some time. Maybe it wasn't supposed to miss as much.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe there was some kind of setback in there that he wasn't supposed to miss as much time as he did, or something. I don't know, because it seems like if it's supposed to be at Revolution, it's like jumbled up, and they're gonna have to do it all in a hurry.
I mean, at this point.
But yeah, I kind of want this to be over.
I feel like AEW has, since last summer, had a really, really hard time doing any kind of good storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, when your world title picture is
massacred,
fucked, and you have to throw some shit together, throw some people in that probably were going to be involved in some other stuff.
The trios title, like your entire plan for that got blown up.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts.
We'll see.
I'm hoping.
I would like for this to be over so that Swerve can move up the card.
I feel like they gotta do it in a smart way where they get to feature Keith Lee too. It's gonna be weird. I think one of the biggest signs moving forward for AEW that will kind of give me any kind of glimmer of hope in terms of storytelling is, where does Adam Cole start? Because you've had all this time where you're sitting on him, you're featuring him. When he jumps in, if you don't have a good story for him, that's going to be very disappointing.
But Yeah, they've been building it and building it, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna wrestle until this new reality show comes out." So there's got to be some kind of good story to it.
Like,
Something.
like that's the most prepared you can really have to try to build a story. So I hope you can do it. Um, Now if we come out and find out that somebody got injured right before and there's obvious change to his plans, like you can kind of tell those things though.
Yeah. Because they're usually just like, hey, something happened. We're just gonna throw in somebody who's a really good wrestler.
Let's say he wanted to come back and go right after Kenny Omega and challenge him for like who really belongs with the Bucks or something like that. And then Kenny Omega happens to get hurt at Revolution, but then you still see Adam Cole slide into Kenny's place. Well, then you kind of can figure out that, okay, whatever his story was, it was going to be with them. Maybe not with Kenny, but it was going to be with them as a group. Like, you'll be able to figure something out.
Let's see. I don't know. I'm excited for Revolution still, though. It's going to be a good time.
I am, just not as much as I thought I would, but I blame the show tonight.
Yeah, they didn't do us a whole lot of favors on hyping it up. The way they ended the show just kind of put a damper on it. Because after, for the most part, I was just like, I did it to myself. I got overly hyped for the show before a pay-per-view, and the show before pay-per-view usually not that good. But ending it without a match, yeah, I didn't want that. I did not like that at all.
What you hope for? A match. And then when we started out with a segment, you at least hope for the cliche pull-apart brawl. Didn't even get that. We got talking. Shaking hands and kissing babies, Bryan Danielson. He's running for president.
Danielson running for president. Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there.
If you made it this far into the VOD because we did not talk about it earlier, do us a little bit of favor, drop a like button, comment. There's going to be some clips that go up at some time too. So we will see you like how we usually see you Friday night for a watch along.
Yeah, last show before Revolution.
Don't be as disappointing.
Hey, it's gonna be fun. All right.
How much do you want to bet?
I don't. Okay. I'm just trying to have some faith.